these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go now. Come on, 15 running. 54, 54. Three buck. Jumper.
Jackson on first down. That's pulled in by the rookie from Notre Dame, Miles Boykin. And he'll get this from the 20. To the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Hey, watch it. Jim.
A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Partner, is that what you call a quick hitter? That's actually a bolt of lightning, wasn't it? Right out of the gate.
And, of course, on the heels of him winning AFC Offensive Player of the Week 1 week ago. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now an Eastern Michigan man, Darius Jackson on the carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And the ball is knocked out. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. A tackle that time by Akella Witherspoon.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 24-yard line.
On second down, this is Jackson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Catanzaro's kick is right through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, alert. Out.
A first carry for the former Falcon, Tevin Coleman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the pass.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Browns first down.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Run for Pollard. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. I actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Watch 54. There's a party now. There's a party now. Switch. Check. Fresno. Watch safety three. Watch safety three. Squeeze. Watch twitch. Watch the twitch.
Now Pollard. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Tighten up. Hey, switch gears. Anyway, let's go. We got double up. Back.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And 12 at the 49ers' 19-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Check safety, check safety. Big gas, big gas, big gas. Motion.
Here's Pollard. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Third and 11. And some extra depth in the secondary here. They're in the dime. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Check 4. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Cut. Check 13. Check 13.
On third down, Jackson. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, and on running plays, runs after contact, we call that getting dirty yards, tough, gritty ones. To me, that's like the version of a dirty pass. He knows he's going to get smacked, yet still delivers the football and picks up good yardage.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is taken at the 23. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday you press it a little bit. This might be the case.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Let's put that team on the hook. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Down. Hey, Leo, check 24, watch 24. Under 10.
Now Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 37. They come up in an offset eye.
53, Mike 53. You must be true. Check. Check nickel. Hey,
they'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The San Francisco defense trying to hold, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. Catanzaro's kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. Well, what do you think? Maybe a little disappointment there. They had a pretty nice drive going at the end of the half, and they have to settle for 3.
Oh, definitely a little bit of disappointment there, because when you kick a short field goal, you shake your head a little bit like, could we have done a little bit more? Could we have gotten one more shot to try and get 6? But with what little time was left on the clock, I think it was a smart play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
21. 29 is Mike 29. In your face.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again. Deuce. 6. 21. Hey, Zoo.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Well, not good at all. A punt of just 24 yards there. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now Jackson on 2nd down. Looking left side, and it's complete.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a carry for Pirine. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run with Pollard. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Ready. And reach. Right, front 4. Check right, check right. Check 3, check 3.
Here's Pollard again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. I know he ain't got it. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
'49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Check 53's Mike. You don't want none of that. Get it. Pick up the ball.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 11-yard line.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Here we go. Check. Alert flag. Go. Undercrush.
Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd.
Mike 56. Hey, here it goes.
Here's Jackson to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 49.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. They come out here in the eye. Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. Now here's Pollard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Pollard going to try the right side. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal. And Catanzaro's kick is right through, and that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
At the 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. What do you need? Watch the screen. Pass.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Get your swerve on. Hey, Charlie. 47 Mike. 47 Mike. Mike 47. Yo.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
On first down, Pollard. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
One advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They'll run with Jackson. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Trying to run forward with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it to Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
47. Check, 47.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. That's caught at the 25. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 41 yards. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
I'm here all day.
13.
Check flag 47. Check flag 47. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. It's Coleman here. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They will run again with Coleman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. They come up in an offset eye. How about this Browns defense they've held so far? This is now 3rd and goal. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough. But, yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll